Let's say you get to heaven. My current personality, you're heaven. Do you still sin? You mean sin? Or does your personality change? There's no more sin in heaven. No, there literally cannot be sin in heaven. I mean, sin is not acceptable there. That's part of the reason why nobody could get to heaven before. But through Jesus Christ, now people can get to heaven because that price had to be paid. There is no more sin in heaven. As for like, will your personality be compatible? There is not a single person who will not, like, if you end up to heaven, it is absolutely going to be a phenomenal experience. Like, can we trust the same God who created our five senses, who created all the amazing and cool and fun and epic things that we have in this life? You think we can't trust the same God to create something like insanely phenomenal to where like it's just gonna be absolute joy and bliss up there? How do I put this? Well, first, let's be very clear that the alternative is way better than being tormented eternally, but it's not even just that. Just look at near-death experiences. There are people who have gone to heaven and they tell you what their experience is like. Here's my take on from what I've heard. Obviously, I've never had any experiences like this. I don't have first experience. And what I've consistently gathered with heaven is, number one, everybody who gets there and comes back, they're unable to even like fully describe what happened. Like they say, like first off, when you're in your spirit form, your senses are amplified significantly. You can perceive things at a whole nother level than you could before. And just the way you can know things, the way you communicate. People will say like, oh, when they were separated from their body, they were in their spirit form. It's like they weren't omniscient. Like they didn't know everything, but it's just like their knowledge just skyrocketed and their perception. And that's gone both ways. So I heard like people in hell, they could look at someone else in hell and instantly know exactly why that person was in hell. Like all the things they've done wrong that caused them to go there. And on both, and that's used against you. And so they say the ones who end up in hell with their spirit form, they say the pain is way worse than anything you could ever experience on earth. Because if one part of your body is hit, your whole body feels it. And it's like multiplied like dramatically. So it can both be extreme positive and extreme negative, like that spirit state. I think there was one testimony I saw where they claimed that you could just see way more in your spirit state that you cannot see otherwise. So they were saying they were able to see colors that just do not exist on earth. And when it came to heaven, it was just absolutely gorgeous. When it came to hell, it was like the most terrifying, like blacks and reds and stuff that you can imagine. It's like both extremes. Like we're like in the middle, and it's like heaven goes to like extreme positive and hell's like extreme negative. But everybody I've ever seen a testimony of, like when they are in heaven. In fact, the most recent heaven testimony I saw, which was very interesting, they were saying that heaven isn't really a place. Heaven is him. Heaven is Jesus. And if you've ever seen testimonies, even from people on earth who like experience the real Jesus, but in heaven it's amplified way more. But on earth, they say that like just they feel like just the insane amount of love and compassion. It just being around Jesus Christ is so overwhelming with joy and compassion and love. I don't want to compare it to a drug because that does not do it justice, and it's not a positive way of looking at it, but just it feels insanely positive. Like everybody who has that kind of experience, they walk away from it, they're speechless, and they don't want to, they always feel like so sad when he goes, like when they lose him. It's just, he's such a source of insane love and compassion and joy. Like just being around him just feels so amazing, and heaven is him. But here's what the Bible has to say. But as is written, what no eye has seen, nor ear heard, nor the heart of man imagined. You can't even imagine how amazing heaven is, what God has prepared for those who love him. So then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, behold, the dwelling place of God is with man. He will dwell with them, and they will be his people. And God himself will be with them as their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain anymore, for the former things have passed away. So I mean, a lot of ways where the Bible says it's insanely positive.